All right. Hello everyone. How's it going? I'm currently trying to get chat to work on screen. It is not cooperating. Anyway, hi guys. How's it going? How are you guys doing? Control A, Control V. Refresh browser. Refresh. I don't know why chat's not working, but hi everybody! Welcome! Welcome to the first episode of UnderTale Multiverse D&D. This is gonna be a fun one, y'all. And chat has completely decided not to work. That is fine. We will just we will refresh it. Browser, chat. Okay, let's try again. Boop, boop. No, still not. It is still not for some reason showing up. That is incredibly unfortunate. Let's add. Try one more time. There we go. There it is. Alrighty. So, are you guys ready? You guys ready to have some fun? I don't know how D&D work. Well, that's what it is. Well, you know, it'll be a fun one, y'all. Okay. We're gonna turn the music way down because we got a bunch of voices. Alrighty. So let's get started. I am the DM of this campaign, so you guys will get to see some behind the scenes that our players will not. But in the meantime, let's introduce you to our players.
Thanks a lot.
You can also use
All
your
right,
arrow
y'all.
keys.
We are live.
Wait, what's your stream?
Hello.
My stream.
Yeah,
It's posted on the announcement page.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I forgot to change my perspective. Crap. Okay.
On this announcement, I don't see it.
We don't see it.
Yeah, it's not on the announcements page of the.
It's not.
Section.
Oh dear. Hold on.
No.
Let me go fix it. It's in decrees.
Decrees.
Oh.
Okay.
Maybe.
Oh. Alrighty. But
Do not see decrees, my good leader.
Oh yeah. Decrees cease to exist.
Yeah.
Decrees cease to exist. Oh dear. That's not good.
Hold on, guys.
Mein greatest
I'll link
leader.
it.
Oh, it seems to be in. No, that's socials. I don't see it anywhere. Where did
It
decrees
should be up near the top.
I got it, guys. It's in general.
Okay.
Just plopped it down.
Glorious, thank you.
I'm gonna
Hello.
turn mine down.
Let me actually.
Hi.
Alright, so these are most of our players. Waffle and K May will be supposedly joining us shortly. I have to do a couple of things like post Ko-Fi in chat.
Yep.
Just in case, because I'm broke.
Let me know if I have to adjust something.
Alright, let's pull up the stream on my phone so that way we can see the chat.
I can't see the live chat, oh no.
It's loading. Are you subscribed?
I am not subscribed. I did not know you had a YouTube channel until now.
Go on. Yeah, you should subscribe. It's subscribers only mode if you want to.
Dolphin.
I mean, hey, I gotta do what I gotta do. Anyway, alright, so this is our D&D campaign where we will be spending most of our time. Now, to explain to the audience kind of how it works, these are each of our players' tables with each of their attacks for genocide attacks, pacifist actions, and their super skill and their block for different things that will be going on. Whoops, that's my page. This is the current view that everyone will be seeing when we introduce the characters. This is kind of like the doodle sphere, just multiple islands around. And yeah, this will be kind of the view that people are seeing. Meanwhile, these will be our soul resources based off of Undertale and our attack types and what does what. Turn stuff, and that's kind of the basic of the mechanics. You guys will learn along the way. I believe in y'all.
They are smart nuggets.
Indeed. Let me turn down the brightness to my computer chat. Okay. Now,
It is good to be slime, you say. Yeah, I bet my boy Zevin wishes he was a slime.
alright, alrighty, so, let's see, if we have everyone, I know Kami's gonna be a tad late.
Madam DM Queen, we do not have everyone.
Alright.
I am alone on this side of the table.
You are alone on this barren earth. Insert the rest of that oversized fish hat meme.
You can make a D&D thumbnail if you want. That would be fantastic. I need a D&D thumbnail. Right now I'm just using the doodle sphere because I have nothing. Anyway, okay. So,
Let's get all of our models together.
yeah, if you guys would get your models here, you guys can introduce your characters and then we can get started.
Gotta get in order. Cat is first.
That would be first.
Wait, why?
I would be
Wait.
second, would I?
Wait.
Turn-
No, you are last.
Oh,
It
I'm
is
last.
Cat,
Who's not
me,
here?
Pierre, Kay, who is not here, and Prim or Daenerys.
Hang on.
Okay, so we have I will put in a oh god. Oh, there she is. There's Glitch.
Glitch.
So I will put in a word for the people who are currently not here, but so Waffle will be playing Grilby. I think it's literally just Grilby. And then Kay will be playing a version of Metaton mixed with Napsblook. So yeah, I'll let them vouch for the characters when they are here. Just inviting everyone. Okay, so now it's time to introduce the characters that we will be with. So, Kat, would you like to go first and introduce your character? You don't have to give us everything in your lore and background, just what you wish to share.
Alright. What's up, y'all? My name is Catherine Faye, aka Cat by my friends and family, and what's going on?
Okay, so
That's it for me.
Kat is a version of a Kara from her specific AU. So yeah, you guys can share like your the name of your character and your species and then whatever else you wish.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm basically a human.
Alright.
No.
Next is Mold Small or Chest Mold Small.
I am Grimifamus. I will be playing Chess Mold Small from my own custom AU under chess. I am Mold. Beware my flirtatious wiggles. I will be wiggling my way through this adventure. Thank you.
The bard.
God.
Yes. The bard version of Undertale UTMB. Alright, and then next
Can I
we
eat that
have
jiggly thing? I'm kind of hungry, not gonna lie.
next thing is Pierre. Would you introduce us to your character?
Hi, I'm Captain Zizi, and I'm playing an Indogni that I'm dubbing Pier. That's all you get.
Alrighty. More on the secretive side. That is a-okay. Alright. Now, and last but not least, we have Prim. Why don't you introduce your character to us?
Okay, I am Prim or Daenerys, usually Daenerys. I have a variety of names on the internet. I've gone by Salt before. But yeah, I am playing. Don't mind the random PFP I got off the internet of some illustration of a gazelle. I am playing Zevin, who's kind of a version of Gaster, and He has a lot more bionics than this, but he's long, he's tall, he's funny gazelle monster with cybernetics, and this is going to be an
That's
experience
wrong.
because he's a calm character, and I don't know how, I usually don't play calm characters, so this is going to be interesting.
Alrighty. So, this is our cast for now. We will be waiting for others to join us very soon. In the meantime, why don't you guys get started? So right now, lore-wise, you guys should all be within the Omega timeline, which is like the Undertale trash bin, according to Error. We pray that Error doesn't interrupt the stream. Okay, so it's the Undertale trash bin. I will let you guys interact with each other, but pretty much you're in the Omega timeline waiting for further instruction.
So to start out, Zevin is just walking around writing on a clipboard. He's just kind of slowly making his way around, inspecting the terrain, or potentially lack thereof. I actually don't know anything about this AU. I've been out of it for a while.
I also know nothing.
Valid.
This looks interesting.
But he's just kind of walking around, kind of gives like a nod to the mold small as he walks by. Greetings. Indeed.
Chasing my tail.
He goes,
Not small wiggles over, noticing the giant amalgamate puppy.
Hello, hello.
He's, like, taking notes on this entire interaction. Complete with illustrations.
Runs around excitedly.
Wiggles with happy intent.
I see.
As you guys are all meeting for the first time, you are approached by a what appears to be a small child with a gray striped shirt and black hair that covers a face that resembles a skull.
Hello?
She would wave politely at you guys and say, "Greetings. Welcome to the Omega Timeline, your new home. I am Core Frisk, the owner of the Omega Timeline. And who might you guys be?"
Hello. We are dogs. Many
It's
dogs.
nice to meet you. Oh wait,
I am-
I've heard about you before from a friend. And are you some sort of another Corfrisk or?
Core Frisk would nod her head politely and say, "Yes, perhaps you have heard of me. I am pretty well known throughout the multiverse. What brings you here might have also have been me, through many pathways and through many assistants. I am the Frisk of this Omega timeline, and it is good to see you all that you guys have found a home, despite what happened to your AUs."
I haven't seen a Frisk in a while.
Just a moment while
I was just portal hopping as usual.
Zevin is furiously writing on a clipboard and has not said anything. He's just looking back up and like drawing something. It's like
Now, Frisk would rub her hands nervously as she looks at the rest of you guys, saying, "Now, you have a couple of options when you are here in the Omega timeline. You're free to make new friends, make your own home, find your place here. or there are a few people who are looking for people who are looking to hire some people. Corfrisk would look behind her and then look back towards you guys. I will warn you, not all people who are hiring have your best intent at heart. But I believe if you discern correctly, you may be able to find a job that is well worth your time and your energy.
A job?
All right.
Devin finally finishes up whatever he was writing or drawing, as the case may be, and is like, I see. I must admit, I suppose I'm not prepared. Then again, since when have I been prepared? I suppose a job wouldn't be the worst thing that's ever happened to me.
Preparation always seems to escape us. Corfrisk would comfort in a strange way before she looked at the rest of them. The choice is up to you, but you're free to make yourself at home here, or you are free to make a job. We just have one rule: never let Error or any of his assistants find the Omega timeline.
Who's Error?
Oh.
Ask the same question, yes.
I
Corfrisk-
don't like him as much.
Corfrisk would give a long sigh and say, if you don't know who he is, that is probably for the better. And it means that you guys have all come here on good terms.
Well, I wouldn't say whatever happened back home was good terms, but I will take your word for it. I assume we will recognize this error if we see him.
Indeed, he is... If you know what the sands look like, he is unlike any sands and tends to glitch out quite a bit. But for now, Frisk would nod her head once more. You are able to explore the Omega timeline, and if you wish to have a job, the people who are hiring will be here in a few minutes.
Perfect.
Zevin simply gives a kind of a formal nod before kind of writing on his paper for himself, just like, I do not know what a sans is. I will learn. Just kind of muttering to himself.
Kier gets real close to the mold ball and whispers, "What's a sans?"
The mold small would spin slightly towards the amalgamate before wiggling.
Ah, yes. Much bones, you say?
Hello.
I see.
Hmm.
I believe I know who would be the equivalent in my world, then.
I see very little monsters. I have never seen a sans before.
I believe sans is an individual's name, not a species. Though I suppose if this is a multiverse, there will still be plenty of them. Oh well.
Actually,
Cannot wait to meet one.
So,
if I remember correctly, I think there might be at least 50 of them, as far as I'm aware. I have a friend
You
who
guys-
told me about this before, so...
You guys are free to talk with the NPCs or Core Frisk still, while you wait for any more important arrivals.
Devin will simply first sigh, like kind of, observe this one over here before approaching. What do they look like?
Doop-a-doo. This one?
Yes.
Yeah. This one appears to be a type of Metaton. with purple and black clothing and 2 stripes between their eyes.
Pierre gets uncomfortably close.
I'm sorry, I zoned the frick out. I need half of that again.
This particular NPC is a type of Metaton that you recognize. It has purple clothes and a black hood with 2 stripes between their eyes and a big and wide grin on their face.
I'm trying to remember who the frick was Metaton in his world.
I sniff around them excitedly.
Zevon simply peers at them, trying to discern who this is.
Oh, hello there, little guy.
I'm gonna check about this PC over here.
Okay,
Then she approaches and is like, "Greetings. Who might you be?"
We will pan the camera to Kitty soon. Right now, this particular Medicine watches as the dog runs around him. Whoa, hello there! Hello there, little dude. He would try to pet the dog. But it seems that it is too fast. And then this type of Metaton would look up with a crank in his neck, almost as if something was snapping, and grin wildly at Zevon. Hello there! You are new. Clearly. You don't look like you're from here. Well, no one looks like they're from here, but you know.
Not. Care to introduce yourself? He's almost like writing this down on his clipboard. Cybernetic, seemingly pieces of his body just seemingly being replaced in chunks with metal. Glinting.
This type of Metaton would extend his hands and give a very big, playful vow. I am Epic Metaton, the Metaton from Epic Sans' AU. We both escaped to the Omega timeline when we could. And who might you be? And what AU are you from?
He hesitates for a moment, but accepts the handshake and is like, I am not sure which AU I'm from. My name is Zevon, and I do not really know who my counterpart is. I get the feeling that everyone where I come from has a different name, and seemingly a different form. I wasn't aware Fenar was a skeleton in other realities, but...
No matter. Epic Metaton would, turn around and gesture to the view of the Doodle Sphere from the Omega timeline and everything around him. There's a place for everyone here, and clearly you look like you belong.
I suppose I do, yes.
Alright, panning the camera over to Cat with this particular NPC.
She's probably gonna have a casual talk and be like, what's up? Where are you from?
This particular NPC looks to be a type of Kara. She looks very nervous and eventually makes eye contact with Cat and waves slightly. Oh, hi. She would stutter over her words.
What's up? You look nervous. Are you alright?
Kara would shift uncomfortably as she looks at Corfrisk before looking back. Yeah, I'm fine. What's your name?
My name is Catherine, but you can call me Cat. What alternative universe are you from, if I may ask?
The Kara would nod, softly and, look around before, saying, Underswap, but I can't seem to find, Sans anywhere.
you're still in the underground, or have you already reached the surface yet?
Underswap Chara would look to the side and stutter over her words as she tries to explain. I don't know. I think we made it to the surface, but nothing has been the same ever since. And she would pause. Uh, she would pause, unable to finish her sentence.
I see. I'll be alright. Even though it seems that there are many different circumstances happening, I'm sure there will be a way for now. So.
And the camera would pan over to Corfrisk again as she looks down at the mold small that is approaching her and smiles softly. Hello, little guy.
And it kind of wiggles small.
Corfrisk would laugh silently and join along in the wiggling.
And it continues wiggling.
Corfrisk would smile and continue to wiggle before patting the mole small on the head. You're a good dancer, little guy.
And it stops wiggling and just kind of shrinks down a little.
Oh, I'm sorry. Corfrisk would retract her hand, looking carefully at the at Chess Mold Small.
Wow.
You look so peculiar, she would continue. It's like it seems like your AU was very delicate.
I guess physically to describe the chess AU mold small, from the chess AU, everything kind of looks like a chess piece. This mold small is covered in kind of a brass brown layer of armor over there, slimy mold, which kind of looks a little bit like an old-timey photograph, kind of brown sepia.
Corfrisk would observe the details on the mold small very, very closely, but not in a way that is unsettling. Before whispering, you know, I may or may not know your king. If you ever wish to return, Corfrisk played with her hair slightly. Although we don't want you to leave here, I will be more than happy to take you back if you wish.
It gives a very happy wiggle.
Oh dear, what is happening?
Maybe I should be doing it at a different angle. There we go.
Corfrisk would nod softly and be like, "Well, if you will excuse me, I believe the hirers have arrived, and I shall go speak with them."
And it begins to slowly saunter off and wiggle away.
All right.
Now Devin approaches this person, also kind of almost sizing them up first, and then not like in an aggressive way. Just he's clearly taking a look at everyone at first because he's just like that, I guess.
This particular NPC, you can is a skeleton. He is by a stand selling hot chocolate and coffee.
Greetings.
Hello there. Welcome to Cocoa. Oh, I mean, I guess it's not my cafe. Welcome to my little stand. I'm Kakoa. What's your name?
Zevin. Who might you be? Besides the name, that is. He says, writing the name down immediately.
My name is Kakoa Sans. I'm from Coffeetail. He would eagerly explain. I'm here to sell my cafe and well, my hot chocolate and coffee. Would you like some?
Hot chocolate. I see no reason not to.
Here, Kakoa would hand a very fancy mug towards Zayn. This one is my favorite. If you don't have any particular flavor taste, I'm sure you'll enjoy this one.
Anything that isn't the coffee I was so addicted to, he says, picking it up and taking a sip. Very good. Thank you.
Kakoa would give a big smile and give a little bow. Why, thank you. I have made it from myself from scratch. Say, what is your name? And what AU are you from?
My name is Zevin, and I am not sure. I'm simply here, I suppose. I do not think anything else exists.
Kakoa would nod their head slightly, scratching behind their very fluffy hoodie. Well, if you ever want a place to stay or work, my cafe is always available and you are always welcome there. And he hands you a small card with his name and almost like the AU address on it.
My thanks, he says, and kind of pockets it while continuing with his coffee mug and asks, will you require the mug back?
Oh no, you can keep it. Don't worry about it. Kakoa would smile sweetly once more, while forcefully shaking Zevin's hand. It's been a real pleasure to meet you, and I hope I see you sometime again.
I'm sure you will with drinks like this. My thanks yet again, he says, drinking his hot cocoa as he kind of wanders off, you know.
Bye-bye now, Kakoa would wave, playfully.
Zevin would wave back before heading over here.
Now we move on to, this NPC. This NPC would be purposely hiding in the shadows, observing.
Pierce sits here, staring.
This NPC would jump, and glance down before narrowing their eyes. Hello, who are you?
I am Pierre. Who are you?
Name's UnderTale Papyrus. Or boss to most people.
Boss?
I know this one.
Who do you talk to? Why are you called boss? Are you a boss? Do you tell people what to do? Are you bossy?
UnderTale Papyrus would frown and glance at the dog that is just way too full of energy, and take a step back. Being like, yes, I am a boss I am the great terrible Papyrus, and you will do well to not ask so many questions.
Are you my boss?
Underfell Papyrus would narrow his eyes and be like, thankfully, no.
So I don't have to listen to you. Meow.
Underfell Papyrus would, watch the dog run around before glancing at Cat. What do you want?
Don't mind the thing or whatever that is. Also, you're from Underfell, huh?
That's right. And Underfell Papyrus looks reluctant to ask, but he asks anyway. And what AU are you from?
Well, I guess do know that, where I'm from, we normally have 3 different races. Of course, you got the typical humans and monsters, and then the third one. Actually, it's a new race that's been discovered like years ago before the war even happened among humans and monsters.
Underfell,
Are you
Underfell
aware
Papyrus.
that shapeshifters?
Underfell Papyrus would roll his eyes and be like, I don't really care. And he would begin to walk off.
She's probably gonna give him the murder. She's probably gonna flip him off. And
Nice.
just chill inside.
Very, very common,
Basically.
very reasonable response to Underfell Papyrus, though.
Yeah. Alright, now we pan over the camera back to this NPC.
What about the amalgamate?
The Agmel.
Is
what?
bothering Papyrus, yeah.
Yeah, and Underfell Papyrus is just trying to ignore it.
Show him.
This NPC is like a rainbow that was put into a container and it exploded. This NPC is very, very tall, has a hat and glasses, and doesn't look like a skeleton, but very much resembles one. And he gives a very uneasy vibe as he walks around, as he talks very strangely. Which, as the DM, forgive me, I cannot talk like this character. Sup, bruh? This character would look way down at the Mosmol.
Oh.
Zevin is simply taking notes again. In the background.
Aren't you a fun little guy? He would say in a very interesting voice that is slightly hard to understand and involves a lot of slang. Whoa, buddy, slow down there. You speak gibberish or something? The colorful skeleton will like look around and spot Zevin, and be like, "Can you understand him, bruh?"
Occasionally. Occasionally not.
The skeleton would nod and be like, and then he would try to pick up the mold small so he could see him better.
The mold small does not resist. It would have the same consistency as a cup of jello.
Covered in metal armor.
Precisely.
Nice.
The skeleton, the very rainbow skeleton would tilt his head and be like, "Oh, you're a weird little fella, aren't you?" And just observe every angle of Mold Small, turning him around, up and down, left and right. Easy, bud. I'm not gonna hurt you. He does as he tilts him right side up again.
And it kind of sways in a circular motion back and forth like it's dizzy.
The rainbow skeleton would look around as the glasses change words on his color, or the glasses change words, and then it sets him down as his glasses read nope. It's like, well,
Zevin kind of looks over and is like, "So, who might you be? And I suppose what AU? Because that seems to be a common question here."
Name's Fresh, bruh. Fresh would lower his glasses to reveal a very uneasy purple glow from his glasses. I'm not from a particular AU. What about you, bruh?
My name is Zevin, and so far no one seems to recognize who I am. And I do not believe my home has a name, and I do not believe it still exists.
Sounds like a skill issue. Fresh would smile and tilt his head before turning and be like, "Oh, gotta bounce. See ya, weirdos." And he would fresh poof away.
Zevin dutifully illustrates everything before going to check on the mold small.
It
You all right
is. The mold small is. It's hard to tell if it's upside down or not, but it is very clearly recovering from being held so violently.
Zevin would attempt to stabilize it, like, stop it from shaking so aggressively. Is it like just slow the vibrations of this poor gelatinous beast?
And it begins to do a joyful wiggle.
There you go. Couldn't have been a pleasant experience.
Okay. Spending to the last round of interactions with NPCs. We will cut to the Algamite first. What do you want? Underfell Papyrus would like get his foot ready to kick the dog away.
Do you want to be friends?
No.
Oh. Why not?
Friends always end in end, and they're betrayals and they stab you in the back. Friends are for weaklings like yourself.
Oh, do you want to be acquaintances then? That doesn't have an end in it.
That's a clever dog. Underfell Papyrus would be like, I am only acquainted with the elite and those who do not suffer from various things. He would roll his eyes as he glances towards the sands that looks very similar to him.
I don't suffer. I am actually very good. Very good dog.
That's the bad part. Underfell Papyrus would grimace, still getting ready to kick the dog.
Pier is very confused. Bad part? What do you mean?
You're too good for your own good, clearly. You're going to get yourself killed, and I cannot stand people like you.
We are many dogs. We are the best. We shall not die. You are crazy. Have faith.
Yes, I can clearly see that. He would say in a monotone voice, disgustingly.
Why you want no friends? Why do you not wish to have somebody to rely on?
You ask too many questions. Underfell Papyrus would raise his voice, and lean over the dog. Curiosity killed the cat. Don't be foolish like the cat.
It's a good thing I am dog. I'll get my face like real close to his and give him a good sniff. I am not cat. You very clearly need to check your eyes. Oh crap. Where did my character go?
Calm down, dog.
That wasn't me!
Cannonball mold.
Okay.
With that, Z, I want you to make a let's see.
Is that a canon action? Like, did he actually do that?
I want you to make a kindness check.
How do I do that?
So, to explain the kindness check, you will go to your abilities and you will take one of the dice in your dice towers. do you have advantage to kindness?
I think so.
You
I don't
believe,
know.
yeah, you have a +3.
I want you
Oh,
to
thank you.
roll. I want you to roll a d10, and you must pass a 6.
Okay, this is a D10, I think. Oh, I can do this. I rolled a 7.
All right, plus your advantage. That means that you passed. Underfell Papyrus would set his boot back on the ground and give a large sigh, saying, "It's too long of a story, I'm afraid." And he would proceed to walk away into the shadows before teleporting.
Oh, my friend, he's left me. Have you seen this?
Here, it's like, yes, it seems transportation is interesting here. I remember Fenar knew a similar trick at one point.
I am very sad.
All right,
But
and we pan.
Would you feel better if I were to pat you? He reaches out to pat the dog.
Get excited.
Hey, Glitchfish has joined. I hope they join the call
As a
soon.
gazelle, Zevin is fast enough to land a few of those pats.
Glitch, you're round. I'll hop over the voice in a good moment. Okay, cool. I will change your color. There you go.
The dog is being successfully patted at least 20% of the time.
Alrighty, so we will pan the camera back over to Underswap Kara, as she's now sitting on the floor fidgeting with her fingers.
Cat is over here sitting down next to Underswap Kara and just chilling with her. And she's gonna ask, so is Sans and Papyrus like what happened to them both?
Kara would stumble over her words, unsure of how to reply, as she looks at Kat and being like, it's a long story. I don't know if I can explain. And then she would look away. But before she does, oh, sorry about the thing on screen. Just fixing something real quick. There we go.
I like that we're just cannonballing Mold Small around across the board.
Shh.
Was that intentional the first time?
No, it was not. It was not intentional.
Nice.
It was a complete accident.
Okay. And Underswap Kara would look at a cat and be like, if you see a Sans that is blue, called Underswap Sans, rescue him, please, from the man with blue strings. She would answer nervously before kind of looking away.
No. There's no way. I literally just... She's starting to feel a little bit angry. And she knew what happened. She probably knew what happened to him.
Underswap Kara would not respond and would doze off. Alright, we pan the camera back over to, well, I guess Moldsmal is being flung.
I would like to pet the dog, if I may.
My dog?
May I pet the dog?
You don't have hands.
Hold on. May I have permission to pet you?
Yes.
From player to player. In that case, I pet the dog.
Zevin watches as the most how would he put it? The most kinetically charged example of petting he's ever seen in his life rockets past his eyes and furiously illustrates it on his page.
I like to think because we're both very goopy, we kind of stick together.
This is the best way a mold small and their dog can hug.
Simply witnesses and watches as they click together like Gmod models with more jiggle physics.
Speaking of interactions with characters, K-May, are you here with us?
Yeah, hi.
Hey!
I would like to use my second action to go and introduce myself head first against K-May's character.
Okay, K-May, your character is here. And you're free to introduce your character to the stream, and you're also free to introduce it to the people in the Omega timeline.
Okay, okay, so, my character is just a Napsapluke with, like, a Metatron body. So, I'm assuming it's in the Metatron body right now because of the figure, but either way, and,
It sounds like a fusion between Metatron and Napsapluke now.
yeah, I
Ship
kind of
child.
thought of it based off, like, Underswap Metatron, or Underswap Napsapluke. Napsatron.
Napsaton!
Yeah.
Napsaton.
Alright,
Metabluke.
Kip or
I guess they're
K-May,
just pretty shy, so they probably wouldn't do much, like, introducing wise.
that's fair.
They're just kind of
fair.
there.
As you guys all get acquainted with each other and some members or visitors of the Omega timeline, Corfrisk would appear again out of the shadows and wave at everyone and be like, those who are hiring are now here. Unfortunately, there are only 2 people who are hiring, I guess. Or, 3! She would smile as Kakoa comes running up and be like, I'm here! I don't have an avatar for Kakoa Sans at the moment.
I might have lost my character.
So there. Let's see. Did you check all of the edges?
Oh, it's in the shadow realm over here.
Oh, it is?
Can you see
Oh,
them?
here you go.
Thank you.
Kevin is simply taking notes. If I'm like quiet, just imagine him constantly taking notes. He has like a folder of notes, and he just keeps putting them in and taking out a blank piece of paper, reattaching it to his clipboard, and continuing to write.
Alright, Corfris would shake hands with Kakoa, smiling and saying, it is good to see you again, old friend. And then, look over her shoulder with a very uneasy glare, and motion for others to come forward. Now, the first one to step forward, you see, is a very black, dark, and goopy skeleton. What is happening? This skeleton in particular reeks with negativity, and it honestly just brings everyone's mood down.
Zevin simply continues to take notes, writing down like a
She's
mood
gonna be
effect.
like, oh hell no.
Nightmare.
Zevin seems surprisingly unresponsive to the sudden bout of negativity.
Back up.
That's the worst thing I felt.
he's the goopy black skeleton almost blends in with the shadows and has a consistent snarl on his face as he looks at the Omega timeline. But also, but it slowly turns into a smile as he senses the negativity that is upon his arrival.
He just
Sadly
lifts him
collapses.
back up and just flips him up and be like, God damn it, why?
It seems they really all are skeletons or skeleton adjacent. Makes me wonder why mine was a wolf.
She's like, why does fucking
All right.
gotta be here?
So
Why?
a third. So besides Cocoa Sans and the dark goopy skeleton, there would be a third approacher, one filled with red and elegant garments, one with a very proud and cocky smile and two different colored eyes. He would grin, seeing everyone slowly surrounding them, and slowly look at Frisk with a smile that she did not reciprocate back. Behind this skeleton was a small and Frisk contrasting the colors of the skeleton. She had her head down, a notebook out, and said nothing as this red skeleton took the lead. I'm going to meow meow because I'm rich.
No, no.
Y'all are crazy.
Corfrisk would step forward and be like, "These are the." She reluctantly looks at the goopy skeleton. 3 people that are hiring. Oh boy, we got flowery boss music on in the background for the stream.
This is beautiful.
Zevin sizes up all 3. And immediately, like writing down and then points. I'm assuming we have. Oh, I think my connection's lagging a little bit. It's been really.
Uh-oh.
But just points
Let's
at
change it,
Coco.
music.
You seem the most tolerable.
Cocoa would smile sweetly and wave. I try to be almost all the time. He would scratch his head and then look nervously at the goopy skeleton next to him. Corfrisk would glance at the 3 skeletons and rub her face like almost in annoyance and be like, "Okay, just tell
1 second.
tell them why you're hiring and what you're doing." So Cocoa would step forward first, with a big smile on his face. He'd be like, "I need more employees for my cafe. We've served the entire multiverse, coffee and hot cocoa, amongst other many foods, and I need more employees. I can't pay much above minimum wage, but I guarantee that you will love the job, so long as you don't mind occasional fights from opposing sides."
Well, do we get an employee discount?
What? Cocoa would put his hand up to his face and be like, "Well, I've never thought of that, but about that before. I'll definitely think about it." But then he would be grabbed by one of the goopy skeleton's technicals and flung back a considerable distance as the goopy skeleton stepped forward.
These actions get him a disapproving frown from Zevin.
Disapproval.
He's
The goopy.
disappointed.
Crap. I haven't acted Nightmare in months. Okay. The goopy skeleton would look around and just snarl at everyone and be like, I am Nightmare Sage. You will do well to fear me and my subordinates and my kingdom. Our goal is to spread as much negativity amongst the AUs, doing whatever you'd like to them in the process in exchange for whatever you desire.
I will have to
She's
pass.
gonna
I do
flip
not
off Nightmare and be like, "Fuck you."
like. I will pass
She
on that
is
request.
Pissed at
Like,
him
I'm a-
particularly.
Melt,
Pass
sadly.
on that request as well. I have nothing that I particularly desire. I can't say I trust you to give me anything I might later on, but perhaps you would keep your deal, perhaps you wouldn't. It is of no concern to me right now.
Corfrisk would take a step forward and glance toward Nightmare and be like, I told you they wouldn't be interested. You may go now. And Nightmare Sans would glare back and be like, I will go when I want. And he would kind of stand in the corner in case anybody else wants to talk to him. The third person steps forward with a very proud stride and a very cocky smile as his assistant followed him immediately. He would spread his arms wide and give a very interesting bow, which you can't tell what his intentions are, but he does bow towards everyone facing him. Greetings, civilians of the Omega timeline. The skeleton would continue to raise his voice in a very charismatic and authoritative way. My name is Alderich, Prince of Underrenado, and I come with the offer of... Sorry, words. Hold on. And I come with the offer of letting you be able to travel the multiverse at your will, so long as you complete certain runs for me along the way. Alderich would pause before looking around and being like, you'll be rewarded handsomely. Gold, food, whatever it is that you wish, I'm sure I could make affordable, even if it is to regain or recreate your AUs. I have connections that are able to do so. He would smile wildly. As long as you complete the work for me successfully, I can give you what you desire. Within reason, of course.
What is the work?
He would give another bow before stepping back, his assistant whispering something into his ear before, as they wait. Corfrisk would then rotate around, kind of like rubbing her head in annoyance, before saying, these are the guys offering you a job. If not, you are free to find me, and I can make sure to find something for you in the Omega timeline to do. You won't be paid, but you are free to stay if you wish. And Corfrisk would take her leave into the other section.
Zevin would look at Aldrich like, you seem to at least claim to know quite a lot. So I must ask you a question. Who am I?
You are a very peculiar person. Aldrich would smile and gesture towards Zaven. It's like, with an interesting backstory that I believe that you wish to uncover, no?
I'm aware of my backstory, as you so put it. I just do not entirely know how it brought me here. But I ask more in this scenario on who I am compared to others. What role do I play?
But everyone plays a vital role within the grand scheme of things, no? Aldrich would give a cocky grin before gesturing to the dog beside. Even the purest of dogs can serve in mighty service towards different tasks, and you in particular, I believe, would be in great service and would find great fulfillment in the job that I will offer you.
Zevin sighs. You did not answer my question. I am not speaking of the future. I am not speaking of the job opportunities. I am speaking of who I am now and who I was before. You are a Sans, I assume? What am I?
Aldrich would take a very close look at you, and tilt his head carefully before saying,
I will describe Zevin real quick. Zevin stares him in the eyes, uncannily tall, dressed in, seems to be a lab coat. He's got some things in the pockets, it seems. He's got his clipboard, he's got his, besides he's very lanky, being a gazelle monster. Everything seems to be replaced in places with metal, cybernetic enhancements, but he stares almost judgingly down his elongated snout through the spectacles on his head. It's a dignified look.
Frisk, the prince's assistant would whisper something in Aldrich's ear before Aldrich would open his eyes and be like, of course, the only places where the riddle comes from is from one of a gaster. Surely you have quite a tale to tell, being behind the stories and being behind the creation of AUs, no?
I see. He does not elaborate. He simply writes it down. My thanks.
The assistant would eye Zevin carefully before looking at the very aesthetic dog.
Many questions, I do.
Frisk would blink and then gesture towards the prince, telling the dog to ask the prince without words.
You. Mr. Smells Weird. What type of work would this... What?
Aldrich would expand his arms wide and bend down to greet the dog. Be like, yes, what a interesting type of being that you are, and what unique abilities you must have, my little fella.
What type of work?
Why, not super hard work, of course. All I would ask is for people to travel in the multiverse and through different AUs, completing the pacifist or the genocide run, depending on Aldrich kind of plays with his hands a bit. If the frisk of the world is already come or not. There appears to have been a shortage of people, unfortunately, and there needs to be someone to complete the task of the AUs. And if that is not the frisk, then why not have it be you yourself? There are many rewards that come with this job, but I believe that you are strong enough to do it. The assistant would roll her eyes.
I am a very good dog, and I know you definitely have some good treats. But how do you know that we do a run, and what is a run? You use such weird words.
Zevin seems tempted to decline this offer, but is, listening for the explanation at least, writing it down.
Aldrich would smile and nudge Frisk in the shoulder, being like, yes, you are a very, very good boy, aren't you? And yes, I have many, many treats waiting for you if you are a good boy and you do what I say, no? And Frisk would, I have to flip a coin. Hold on. And Frisk would, pull out a stick from her robe. I don't know where the coins are. Crap. Okay.
You can use one of mine. I think all of them have them.
Okay. And she would throw it, across the, Omega timeline. Almost as in a way of fetch.
Alright, well, I guess goodbye, I go.
Alright, panning the camera back to where the Moldsmal is, as Kakoa sits up and rubs his head. Oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Oh, hello there, little guy. Kakoa would sit down and wave at the Moldsmal. And it's like, I'm Kakoa. Who might you be?
And it stretches itself up some before bowing forwards, and then shrinking back into proper compressed form.
Oh, you are so adorable. Kakoa would smile softly. Apologies about the he would glance nervously at the goopy skeleton that is blending in the shadows. He's like, I only come for assistance in my cafe, though I know it's not like the best of jobs and it doesn't promise much, but it is a noble job for sure, serving the customers of the multiverse. He would laugh nervously before looking at the ground. What? No.
And it kind of move to give a comforting wiggle.
Kakoa would laugh, and Kakoa would laugh and chuckle, before patting the Moldsmal on the head. You are a very peculiar type of person. What AU are you from?
Fear! The Moldsmal would, kind of, as best as a headless slime being can be, would tilt and cock its head to the side slightly, a bit confused as it, wriggles and writhes.
Kakoa would, ponder what the, Moldsmal was saying, or at least what he think it was saying. I'm not sure I understand you, but, surely there is, some way to communicate with you, as you seem to be a very peculiar fella.
And it begins to wiggle, very flirtatiously, as I'd like to use my passive.
You're using your passive. Okay. Okay.
You got
You got a what?
Look, using my passive flirtatious dancing, Gray and Love. Moldsmal is very charismatic, wiggling its slimy body. This pun can truly flirt. Love chicks 0 plus 1d2.
And what was the result of the roll?
I got a tail, so a 1.
A 1. Okay. Kakoa would laugh nervously, and put the hood back over his head, covering a crack that is on his head that seemed to be leaking like some type of brown liquid. I was like, oh, you're such a funny little guy. Anyway, are you the type to be interested in the job? He turns around, and looks at the crowd that is like just surrounding Aldrich. And it's like, oh, look, the princess can totally offer more, but you know.
And it would kind of slowly slump a little bit before noticing the leaking on their head. And is there anything Mold Small could do about that?
There
Like
is
helping them?
There is unfortunately nothing that they can do about the leaking in his head as it goes into more of his lore, which we will probably figure out later. But alas, Kakoa pats the most well on the head and is like, well, here, if you ever need anywhere to go, you can always come to my cafe. And he will hand Mold Small a tiny little business card with his name and kind of like the multiverse address of Kakoa Cafe. If you ever need to come, just pull out the card and you tap 5 times and you will teleport into the entrance.
The Mold Small would stretch itself a little bit to take it into its body and would hide it under one of its breastplates, but before giving a slight nod and moving to do the best it can to brush up against its leg.
Kakoa would smile and pat the head of the Mold Small, and be like, "Stay safe out there, little guy. All right." And we will pan the camera over to Core Frisk as there seems to be more commotion with her. It's like, hello. I haven't greeted you before. Core Frisk would take a step towards the Metaton and extend her hand. I'm Core Frisk. Welcome to the Omega timeline.
Oh, hello. It's nice to meet you. Thank you for helping me. And just hesitantly and nervously taking Core Frisk's hand to shake it.
Core Frisk would shake Kip's hand gently and give a sweet smile. As I told the others, you are free to stay here in the Omega timeline if you wish, as a new home, or you may find a job with one of these composers, and they will hire you and help you find your way in the multiverse now, after I assume to be either a tragedy or a misfortune.
Yeah, it's complicated, if in the easiest sense of explaining it, but thank you. I've sort of been listening in, and I think I know what I'm gonna do, but still.
Corfus would nod and be like, I understand. I wish you the best of luck, and remember that you are... Corfus would pause and then be like, as long as you are a good person, you are always welcome here.
Thank you.
And then,
I really appreciate that.
Corfus would nod and then turn toward Kat and be like, how are you doing, Kat? Is your decision coming along well?
Yeah, it's coming along pretty well. Say, Core, if you don't mind, do you remember, there's this one skeleton. She's a actual female, and she goes by the name of Morgana. If you've heard of her, maybe?
Corfus would look to the ground before sticking her fingers into her eye sockets and pulling out a piece of paper, reading through her list and be like, no, I don't, unfortunately, and they don't seem to be a resident here either.
That's alright. They must be safe in my world then. But one of my friends surprisingly got me into portal hopping because every now and then I actually know the multiverse a little bit through portal hopping a bit. So, if you like, is it alright that, do you need like a bodyguard that could like help the people here in the Omega timeline, like get to like each world safely back and forth, and making sure that there's no any threats coming? Because I could do that if you like.
Oh, no. Corfrisk would wave her hands nervously and be like, we don't need any tunnels, between worlds. The Omega timeline is like the final destination, and we want to keep it as safe as possible from any outside threats. She would look at the people who were, previously hiring, and then look back at Kat and be like, most of the time, the only way out of the Omega timeline is the people who bring you out, like these people who are hiring for a job. But yeah, we don't want to create any unnecessary tunnels, she would pause, like, frowning for a bit before looking back at, Kat. Yeah, we just don't want any extra tunnels, alright?
Yeah, that could be fine. So, but if you need anything else, I'm more than welcome. You're more than welcome to ask me. So,
I appreciate it. Cor would nod and, look behind her, like, if you excuse me, I need to talk to the rainbow skeleton over there. What, bruh? The rainbow skeleton would turn around and be like, huh? And Corfrisk would, wave her goodbye before making her way over here. Panning the camera back to Aldrich and, their assistant, who remains nameless, at the current moment. Aldrich would take a step forward, looking around, saying, so, who is up for such a grand adventure that awaits them?
I offer the stick.
It is like, it's just kind of frowning at his notes. Zevin is just frowning at his notes and contemplating.
Gonna bring
I
the...
offer the stick back to the assistant.
Okay, the assistant will, throw it again. Very well this time.
Gosh darn it, okay.
Gosh darn it.
Sorry, I'm trying to drink water, and it's not working out for me.
It's all good. I
water
wonder if...
break.
I don't think Waffle's joining us this session. That's okay. Okay. Aldrich would, take a step towards, and I'd be like, I promise you will not regret your decision, as you can let my sister and everyone who has worked for me before, they are rewarded handsomely, and they have learned many things on their adventures.
Who else has worked for you? Can we meet them?
Oh, yes, you can! Aldrich would smile and look towards the dog. Yes, there are many people who have worked for me, and many who have left happier than they were before, and know how to traverse the multiverse and are not stuck in this. He would look around the Omega timeline, kind of like with a slight frown. Barren place.
Seems quite well. The plant life seems quite well established. Wouldn't be so quick to consider it barren, though I know you mean something else. He glanced.
That's true.
Oh yeah, Karen.
No, you're fine, sorry.
He kind of glances over his spectacles behind Aldrich at Coco. Is like just kind of giving an almost casually gesturing like, my vote goes to working with him. And just gets back to writing. His vote's on Coco.
Oh, but, Aldrich would frown, glancing towards Zayn. It's like, oh, trust me, you don't want to work in a cafe for the whole time. Sure, he seems nice on the outside, but there is a lot of people in the multiverse where you can't trust. people like him tend to be backstabbers. He would glance towards Ellen. He would glance toward his assistant, and his assistant would look at Kakoa before tracing something on the ground with her foot.
I am not particularly concerned as to whether this will end in a backstabbing. I simply prefer the way they interact. There's kind of an edge of an almost annoyance. There's a clear distaste for Aldrich in their eyes.
Aldrich would frown, whispering to his assistant before turning towards the dog. Oh, my bad.
Hello? Oh no. You're all trouble.
And be like, and what about you, dear sir?
I have worked many jobs in the past, and I think I am willing to try this. I can quit though, right? I could leave. You're not going to lock me up somewhere and keep me.
Splendid! Aldrich would clap happily, before glancing at it. I was like, oh, no. You can leave on the contrary when your, contract ends, which depends on when you sign, 6 months, a year. We can negotiate stuff like that. Versus him, Aldrich would, gesture to the goopy octopus. You can never leave his jobs.
I can't read. I cannot sign. I have no hands.
Don't worry about that. My assistant will be more than happy to sign for you. Once we get back to my palace, of course, which you will all be, well fed and well rested before your first journey.
A palace?
Why, of course! I am the ruler of my AU. Nothing but the finest things for my workers.
I have met a ruler before.
Aldrich would gesture to Eleanor and be like, she will give you the details once we have gathered everyone that we need for our party.
Ooh.
As long as you could get me from that damn skeleton over there, she nudges her head towards Nightmare. And then, sure, why not? I'll work for you.
Wonderful! Aldrich would extend his hand towards Kat. It'll be a pleasure working with you, dear.
It's nice to meet you too. She's
So we are, to reiterate the question, allowed to leave if we so desire, correct?
Indeed! Aldrich would, open his posture towards Zavrin, being like, of course, contracts work a little bit more differently than the, cafes where you can quit whenever you want, so to speak. Contracts will at least be 6 months or a year, and you'll resign or quit once they are ended. Alas, but we can work something out on the shorter term if you do not wish to continue. But I promise my contracts are well rewarding, and you will be able to read every single detail before you come and join.
I see. Alright then. Looks at Zeb and is like, Zeb looks around, is like, well, from what I've heard, currently I'm not voted. Does anyone else have does anybody else wish to vote?
What about the mold small?
Panning over to the mold small, the goopy skeleton would stare at the mold small, smiling slightly as he leans against a tree. So, you want the job? Dremmy.
Am I mute?
Yeah.
Oh.
Apparently.
Oh.
Rip.
Oh dear, I don't want to be mute. Oh no.
We can hear you. You're good. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. Good. Wait, can Zoe hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Alright. The mold small is, upset towards this goopy nightmare fuel creature. It is scared, but it is being brave in the face of fear because it is upset to what it did to Coco earlier. Because in Mold Small's mind, the crack it saw on Coco's head was cause it was thrown.
Nightmare would glance down at Multimal once more, almost as if he fed off of the little guy's negativity, and his tentacles twitched before he sneers at the Multimal. So you fear me?
And it is trying to not shake and tremble too much.
So
Night-
brave.
Nightmare would kind of glance down at the Multimal and scoff, almost like, then why are you here if you don't want my help?
And it would kind of slowly not nudge its head towards Coco, trying its best to convey that it wants Nightmare to apologize, but again, it doesn't. Mold Small can't speak, so.
That guy, Nightmare would glance over and scoff at Kakoa. Please, he's suffered worse. I was like, I did nothing to him. Clearly you must be mistaken, as the crack on his head is from, well, somewhere else. He would attempt to gaslight Mold Small, and Mold Small, I would like you to make a bravery
Perception?
check.
I have advantage on bravery!
Zevin has probably
Yeah, I
already
need
started to
you.
make his way over. Look for the Mold Small. Had someone mentioned it.
I need you to beat a 7.
On 7?
On a D12.
Be brave.
D12. I need a D12. Here's a D12, and I have a +2 for bravery. Here we
You
go. 3 plus 5. No, that's a 5.
So Nightmare would be very intimidating as he looms over and almost strangles him also with his tentacles, saying, "Get lost."
You're being away off the side of the screen.
I don't know if that was good Nightmare acting, but that was anyway. Panning back to, but it's panning back to well, it looks like most people are crowded around here, so let's let the players talk amongst themselves. Oops. So,
Zevin did simply. I have made my particular stance clear. I have made my vote. I await the results. He's still like he's flipping through multiple papers now and marking things.
Aldrich would make his way over to the Metaton, bowing playfully as he extends his hands. My name is Aldrich, Prince of Under Ronaldo, and I am looking for. He would look the Metaton up and down. Talented people like yourself to assist me on a quest.
Well, that's very nice, sir. But would I mean, for your job, we're going to be able to read the contracts thoroughly before we sign or agree to anything, correct?
Completely understandable. Aldrich would smile before gesturing to his assistant, who would bound off in a certain direction. Uh, and he would continue. Of course, you may be able to read any contract, but I promise you, everything is well worth your time and energy, and you will be rewarded with whatever you desire, within reason, of course.
And what would you classify as within reason?
Well, almost anything goes, Aldrich. Aldrich would look, carefully at Nip. It can extend from an unlimited supply of food to even having your own world back.
Hmm. Well, I will say that so far you seem like the best option, especially compared to that peculiar skeleton acting emo in the corner. But
Yes.
yeah.
Looks like we
I
got some
can't
acting in the chat.
I can't promise anything, but I will say as of this moment, I am leaning towards going with you.
What wonderful news! Aldrich would smile and give a playful bow. It's like, I promise you will not regret your choice, as I am fair and just, unlike the emo skeleton over there, and I give you more opportunity than anything in a simple cafe could let you have.
Mm.
Emo skeleton. Nightmare just
Yeah, I'm so emo. Yeah.
Well, now.
Moody.
mood.
Oh, I keep zoning the frick out. I'm like, oh, it's only 9:52. It's been less than 2 hours. What?
It's been less
Oh.
than 1 hour.
No, it's been less than 2. It's been over
It's
1.
1 hour for
Nine.
me. It's like
No, it was.
8:53,
Once you-
8:52 right now.
Once you guys cast your vote as a group of where you want to go, I will introduce you to some of the combat systems so you can have a general idea on how it works. And then the session will end. As this is just kind of a prologue to get you guys started on how it will somewhat look.
Okay.
So, Aldrich would take the piece of paper from his assistant's hand, who still has yet to speak, and hand it over to Kip and be like, "Here is the contract. If you have any questions, just let me know."
All right. Thank you, sir. I am probably going to go and consider my options for a little while, if you'll excuse me.
Wonderful. We will be here whenever you are ready. Aldrich would smile and put his hand on his assistant before walking this direction. Okay. Okay. And you guys, panning the camera back to the mold small and whatever chaos is happening here.
Cat is head petting this mold small because she feels bad that he felt intimidated by Nightmare and be like, it's okay, little jello guy.
Wag's tail.
I know. It's right. Nightmare can be an asshole a lot, so.
Multiple has learned a new word. Asshole.
What the heck? Do not worry, little buddy. We shall not go with the smelly man. He smells as rotting apples, okay? Smells very bad and dead.
Oh, trust me.
Yes,
He's
yes, I agree.
worse.
I agree,
He's
Moldswell.
worse.
He's worse? Worse than what?
Let's just say he's not very kind, especially when requiring certain people. So I ran into him in his little bad stances a couple of times, and trust me, they could all rot in hell for all I care.
So we do not want to interact with the bad-smelling man.
Exactly.
So do we want to interact with the bitter-smelling man or the stinky man?
That Eldritch guy seemed to have. That Eldritch guy seemed to have a lot of benefits too over there. So, what do you think?
He reminds me of my Alphys. Misleading. But I wish to know what he is about, and I want to travel the universe and have very good treats. For I am a good dog.
You are. You are a good doggo. Who's a good doggo? Who's a good doggo?
Panning the camera back over to, I think Prim is AFK.
Yeah. Meow. There's arrows. Meow.
Okay, so we'll pan the camera back over to Kip and supposedly the how do you pronounce the name of your character, ZZ?
Just Pier. P-I-E-R.
7. Kind of like 7, but with a C, maybe.
7. Okay.
Is that how you say it? 7.
Zevin. Oh, I'm back. Zevin. It's Evan, but with a Z. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. How do you pronounce your character, ZZ?
It's just Pier.
Oh, Pure. Okay,
Like,
Cool.
yeah.
gotcha.
Is that like a boardwalk?
Yeah.
So the camera pans back to Zevin and Kip and their conversation.
I guess Kip just kind of stands there awkwardly, not really knowing what to say, holding the contract and just kind of like shrugging, like, eh.
Zevin will read through any contracts he's given very thoroughly, looking for any sort of downside or upside.
Well, and
Go ahead.
I guess Kip would very hesitantly kind of go over and be like, do you want to read through this with me, or?
Sure, I see no reason not to. Let's see
And I
here.
guess just like hold it between them so they can both read it, whatever.
So the contract would state of all the many things that Eldritch had promised. You get to travel in the multiverse, you get to go through many AUs and complete their runs, which in kind of like smaller text, it would explain what a run is. Freeing the underground to the surface, whether that's through pacifist or genocide actions. It also explains the food that will be provided, the rest after said missions would be provided, and the safety of immortality, that you will be reset if you were to die. by and the contract reveals her name by Aldrich assistant Eleanor. Because Eleanor would travel with you, making sure that you are reset and alive to complete your mission in full.
So, do you think Eleanor is his assistant? As we haven't gotten a name for them yet.
I can only assume that is her. Immortality. Funny thing to be offered after staring down the barrel of my own end so many times.
I don't know if that would be a blessing or a curse,
Well,
depending on the situation.
It seems to be a situational. It seems to be a more situational immortality. While we retain the job, they will reverse any damage done to us, which I suppose seems more useful and more reliable than simply being unable to die. More comforting.
Well, as far as I can tell, it doesn't seem like there's any underhanded tricks as far as I can see. If you don't see anything, then I assume that the contract is legit, at the very least.
It seems, yes, quite legitimate. He kind of, peers over it, looking through it again.
Are you making an investigation check?
Yes!
All right, I am going to have... Investigation would probably follow under integrity. I'm gonna have you... Let's go with integrity on this one.
Right.
I want you to make an integrity check. Let's do a D10. You have to beat a 6.
Well, that sucks.
You literally cannot read anything else. You literally just see the upsides of the paper.
Thankfully for Zevin, he already knows the downside, which he states here is well, there is the obvious downside of having to listen to him talk, but I suppose I've been through worse. He says with kind of a wry smile.
Kip would kind of try to hold back a giggle at that, kind of seeing it as an abrupt remark, but kind of endearing at the same time. And sort of okay, yeah, I can see that, but could I also attempt an investigation check on the contract?
I will have you make a integrity check. Do you have advantage on integrity?
I don't believe so.
Okay, D10, you will have to beat a 6.
Okay, is that just over about my thing?
D10, yeah. If you look in your dice tower, there should be a D10. Yeah. A 5. Okay. So, you sense that there is more on the page, but you can't necessarily tell what or where.
It seems legitimate, but something is telling me that there's something more to this than what we're seeing.
As a DM, perhaps there are other members of the group that could make an investigation check as well. We are stuck.
Knowing your particular feeling of this, I suppose we should get somebody else's assistance.
What the?
How I hate contracts.
That would be the best.
Probably would just kind of lead them over to everybody else and look at everyone.
If it's kind of behind Zevin, they kind of just hand them the contract and just kind of follow them.
So, is glancing over at the amalgamate and the slime. Do you require assistance?
Yes. Okay. Best friends for too long.
He kind of is like, please, now, hold still. There they go. Okay. I will assist, and he starts to gently try to extricate Mold Small from the amalgamate.
Oh,
What did
very
y'all do?
okay. I don't know.
Please hold still. You are going to hurt yourself.
I'm too scared. No holding still. Only run. Run when happy, run when scared.
Jeremy, do you know how to?
If you hold still. There we go. It is going to be okay, he says as he works to extricate the Mold Small.
Is very scared. I do not like melting. Help.
Does his efforts succeed?
What type of check are you attempting?
I don't know, Jeremy, and here.
I don't know. I don't know.
Are you trying to calm them down?
Considered.
I am trying to gently disconnect the two of them.
Disconnect the two. Fear check. Fear check of 4. Pass a 4.
Yippee! I already passed that because I have a +4 advantage.
Alright, so you successfully managed to break
Extricate
the link.
the small slime. The small mold from the...
How did you do that?
Hey, how in the world are you guys actually connected?
Hey, we
Hold
did
on.
it, we're good, we're
Oh,
okay.
we're good. Cool. Don't touch the links. Alright. Okay, so... Jeremy, are you still here? Kay, are you still here?
Yeah.
You are either. You must have muted yourself.
I did. I forgot I muted myself.
The struggle.
I'm sorry.
Zevin, I like this character I'm playing so much. Like, he's the reasonable one. I've never played the reasonable one in a very long time.
Zevin seems to have something important within their hands.
Zevin would show the contract to the others and be like, so, anyone care to investigate these terms and conditions for me? Oh, how I hate contracts.
I'm going to mute myself for a second. I need a moment to breathe.
Okay.
We killed him. It gets real close and
Jeremy
gives it a
is
good
done.
sniff. What is this? A contract from who?
The,
Hey, when it
well-dressed
just-
fellow who speaks like he thinks he should be worshipped.
Can I have it? Can I have it? Can I look over it?
You may look at it, investigate it.
Takes it out of their hands with my mouth.
Well,
Would I have to
no,
roll? No? I want this.
you will be able to have it back once I have looked at it, okay? Please. Not only that, but I'm sure our friend over there would be willing to give you more than one. Give you many if you let me have this one.
You.
Gibson's kind of relieved that the dog left because they were getting nervous from all the high energy.
You.
Evan will accept the wiggling.
Aldrich would look at the dog and be like, my good friend, how may I assist you today?
Want paper.
Yes, Eleanor, please give me a paper, won't you? Eleanor would not look him in the eyes and hand him over a paper, and Aldrich would bend over and politely give it to you. Here you are!
Eats it. Which consumes.
Aldrich,
Evan
would
taps
pause.
Small gently. It's okay. It's like.
Aldrich would
Like,
pause.
it seems our friend here is
Aldrich
His
would
son
pause
open-
at the eating of the
There.
contract with his mouth open and be like, well, I see that's a way of you signing it, perhaps.
No.
I do not
This is
believe the dog knows how to sign it. May I?
No, I process. Give me a minute. I process. Can I roll a perception?
You can roll
Perception
investigation
or
on-
investigation?
Okay, what is that?
So, wait, hey, Jeremy, what's the difference between perception and investigation?
No, I know
percep-
that. Which dice?
Oh.
Which dice?
Perception is probably patience, and perception, but
Yeah,
investigation is integrity, right?
Yeah, I would say if you're trying to read the paper, do an investigation check of 1d10, and you have to pass a 7.
Do I have? Does anybody know if I have advantages? I don't know if I have
Wait.
advantages. I'm a 4.
So,
Pierre-
perception is
You do not.
Okay, well I got 4, so I guess the paper just tastes good.
Yep, the paper just tastes good. Your
Zevin will attempt
advantages.
to remove-
Your
Zevin will attempt
advantages.
to retrieve the paper.
Growls.
Your advantages can be found as your first passive action under your OE bar.
Just kind of glances back at Aldrich, like, kind of a little hopeless, like, I believe that our friend does not want to give up the paper to
It's mine now. It's mine now. You
Oh.
can't have it back.
Aldrich scratches his head before shaking his head and recomposing himself. There's no matter. We have the finest paper, and I'm sure it tastes lovely to good dogs like him.
Tastes like trees.
Kip sort of looked down at.
Wait, isn't perception like integrity though?
Perception, I feel like noticing things, I believe, would be patience. Investigation is integrity. Is what I thought it was.
Investigation, you're purposely looking at something. I think perception is more you notice stuff that you weren't necessarily looking for. Is that right, Jeremy?
Yeah.
You want the difference between investigation and perception?
Yes.
Perception is like taking a casual look around to see what you can see. Investigation is taking a closer look, so it's pretty much the broad scope versus an in-depth scope.
It's
Okay,
like
so,
perception is noticing things. In investigation,
It's hunting for things.
it is looking for something specific. Yes.
Yeah, I would assume investigation definitely falls under integrity versus perception falls under patience.
Yeah.
We should write all this down somewhere.
I should,
well,
yes,
for some
actually.
For some reason, my perception advantage is telling me it's blue with integrity, though. That's the thing. So.
Well, there's a light
was it
blue.
supposed to be patience? Was it supposed to be like a light patience or?
Where's your table, Pierre?
Me? I'm in the corner.
Oh,
I'm
Kitty,
all right.
sorry.
I'm right next to Pierre.
Fear, justice, and determination. Those are your advantages.
Oh, they're right here? That's wonderful. Okay.
Yeah, they're the first passive action, which are under the white counting,
Yeah, I
which will come important later.
Okay.
Anyway, so by the way, you guys can do checks all the time, anytime. Like, you don't have to wait for me to specify something.
Okay.
Aldrich would take a step forward towards the crowd and be like, so, have we all made up our minds about the contract and how we feel about it?
I think you will be better than my Alphys. Gives him a good lick.
Zevin is going to first offer. Does Zevin have the ability to look at the contract again?
Yes. Aldrich in the meantime would pat the dog and be like, don't touch me, please.
So Devin hands the thing over to Kat. What do you think of this? I am offering you the investigation. Have you done that yet? Did I
Here's
still
the thing. I can't do investigation, but I can't do perception though.
Well, you
can.
don't have advantage.
Yeah, you can. You
I
just
mean,
don't have
I
an
do
advantage
have
on it.
advantage in perception though, but since we're going based on perception as in like
Well, I don't
looking
have
as in like surgery, and yeah, I don't have investigation either. Only
Well, I
got-
don't have it either, but you can still do it. It just means you get a boosted result if you have advantage.
Yeah,
You can
Kat,
still do it.
you're free to do investigation, perception, deception, like any check that you wish. These just boost certain types of checks.
Okay, well, I guess sure, why not?
Okay? I need you to roll a d10 and I need you to pass a 7.
D10.
Yes. You would like to make a check too? Alright, Jeremy. On integrity, a 1d10 pass a 7.
Integrity.
Integrity.
Got a +2. I need a 1d10. It's 100. Here's a d10. Rolling.
D10.
5 + 2. I got a 7 on the dot.
Beats it.
The
But
one
let's
who
all
can't
check out.
communicate has figured out the
This is great.
downside. Wow.
I got.
Am I the only one who survived?
Kitty, I do not think you passed immediately. Yeah, you didn't pass. So Kitty, you just you notice that something might be a little off on the paper, but you can't tell what. Dremy, you passed the check, so I will DM you what you see.
This is gonna be fun.
The only one here. Well, I know Zevin dislikes this guy. A Mold Small's gonna be over here like, oh, this guy, we can't trust him, and no one's gonna understand a word.
I very much understand our little slimy friend.
Oh.
Intensive wiggling reading noises.
I like to
Okay.
imagine.
Go ahead.
I like to imagine that the mold small has like kind of goopy glasses formed, even though they have no eyes. As they read this,
Just parting the brass plates to take a
Yeah.
proper read.
this is great.
Yeah.
Meow. Oh no.
Music bot can't join this one. Oof.
Oh, oof. Okay, I'll have to edit that settings and such.
Oh, I've lost my stomach.
But
Anyway, I have
Ooh.
sent what Dremy or Mold Small will see specifically on the paper. In the meantime, the assistant would walk up to the prince and whisper something in his ear before Aldrich would be like, yes, time is running short and the light is escaping my AU by the day, which will lead to nighttime very soon. I must head back to take care of my people. Will you all join me on the way there?
Devin
Sure.
glances over at Mold Small, who's making quite a lot of noise, and is like, it seems one of us does not trust this, do you? Looking at Mold Small.
and it wiggles side to side.
It seems we have at least 2 votes against them.
Did I hear the word walk? You want to go on a walk, Albert? Or whatever your name was, Stinky Man? You want to go on a walk?
Aldrich would glance towards the dog and be like, why, yes, I would love to give you a splendid walk. Let's convince the rest of your friends to come join us on this walk, and we shall continue on wondrous walks across the multiverse.
Y'all, did you hear him? There's walks. We should take this. What is that, my sunny friend? Yes?
I don't understand the Jello.
You want to go on a walk? I also want to go on a walk. You're very smart, Mr. Jello. Yes, walk. Walk. Yes, walk. I hear walk. Do you want to go on a walk?
Dad wiggles.
Zevin looks sympathetically at Mold Small, like, dogs have very specific taste, it seems.
You, stop walking away from me. Do you want to go on a walk? It'd be very fun. Much to see, much to sniff, much new things. Stop walking away. Why are you walking away from me? Be my friend. Come on, walk.
Aldrich,
No, come back.
Assuming, yet again, you do not trust this Aldrich.
Aldrich
No,
would take
we do.
Aldrich
do
would
trust
take
this
a
Aldrich.
couple.
I
Aldrich
am
would take a
not
couple of steps forward, gesturing to the view from the Omega timeline, being like, "Look at all of these beautiful worlds that you can explore. I will make sure that you will be able to visit every one of them if that is what you desire. All I ask is you do some simple errands for me along the way throughout these wondrous realms."
Walks?
Please give me an example of an errand and everything it would entail.
But of
I am
course,
willing to be here for quite a while, if that is what it takes for you to get to the point.
but of
I heard
course,
walk.
Aldrich would extend his arms once more and adjust the fabrics on his body.
Put your arms down. You're sneaky.
One of the cases that I will be having you work on is pacifist runs throughout various things. There has seemed to be a shortage of players throughout the Undertale world, which doesn't allow the particular Frisk to go through their worlds. Thus, the opportunity has landed on me to complete the runs and free people from the underground. And that is what you would be doing. He gestures to the doodle sphere.
Zevin actually interrupts a little bit at the end. It's like, yes. You mentioned genocide as well. Don't act like I don't know what that word entails. Would we be required to do a specific form of run? Or would that
Genuine ties?
Aldrich kind of frowns, looking towards the doodle sphere once more. Yes, unfortunately, some of these jobs have to entail of genocide runs, as they have seized the code of conduct by the Star Senses to exist within this world. Therefore, I must do the hard duty of demolishing them before they start to harm others. And that is a rare job, but also something you will be assisting me in as well. Trust me, it won't be often, and it is not as bad as you think.
He's writing all this down, and it's like, unfortunately, I'm not inclined to believe you that mass murder will be less. What is the word? It's like not as bad as I think. He makes pretty prominent air quotes. He's clearly a little he looks almost a little irritated, but he's being very patient about it.
But genocide runs don't always include the death of everyone and mass killings. Sometimes it's just the death of particular beings.
Yes. It is still some variation of genocide. That is what the word means. Do not delude yourself, and more importantly, do not delude us. I am not stupid. Please.
I never thought of you as stupid. Trust me, there are no games being played here. Everything on the contract is what you will find and see.
I don't doubt that the contract is valid. I simply doubt whether you've made things as transparent as you likely should.
If you have any more questions or concerns, feel free to ask me or my assistant. He gestures to Eleanor, and Eleanor just like looks at the ground, like as if she doesn't want to talk to people. Aldrich is like, I will leave within. He checks his wrist to a non-existent watch. I will leave in an hour. I promise you, you will not regret working with me if you do. But please, I suggest to make your decision quickly and possible, so we can get started as soon as possible, and your reward for whatever you desire can be sorted out.
Turns to the rest. I not only dislike him, but distrust him.
I honestly don't give a fuck. And honestly, I could care less about what happens to y'all, so I'm not staying here, so you can go screw off. For all I care.
I was not asking
panning-
you. Yeah, suppose that's valid.
Panning the camera over to Corfrisk, Corfrisk would see Moldsmal and be like, "Oh, hello, little guy. How are you doing?"
Out of character, I know how this is eventually going to end, but the character would keep asking, and I'm sorry if I'm delaying a lot, but this character would not. This character has endless patience. That's his whole thing.
Fair. Corfrisk would sit down and look at the Moldsmal as like, "I am unsure of what you mean, but perhaps there's another way that you can convey what you're trying to say?"
There is a way.
Oh my goodness, there's a waffle.
Frisk,
Waffle!
Hello!
Waffle is here!
I am alright.
Welcome,
Listen, I
bud.
apologize because there's apparently no electricity the moment I woke up. The moment I woke up, there's no electricity, so frick it.
You wanna come in? You friend me on Steam, and then I can have you come in on Tabletop Simulator, or would you like me to stream it?
Sure. Hold on. Wait. Oh, you're streaming it. Oh shit! I just realized.
Yeah, let me stream it on Discord so you get kind of more of a real time.
Alright.
Okay.
There's a wild
There you
waffle
are.
among us.
Yeah.
It's good to have you, Waffle. I was worried that you wouldn't make it. Anyway,
Yeah,
here's your
I
character.
couldn't make it.
Party!
We gotta have party, y'all.
Devin is
so-
like wasting
Waffle-
some.
This is your character, Grilby. Your stats are over here. You have... They're pretty much the same on the paper. You have advantages in justice, love, and bravery, and attacks. The current situation, everyone is trying to decide whether or not the contract that Aldrich Sands has proposed is worth his word, pretty much, is worth what he's saying, and he's offering you a job out of a place in the Omega timeline.
It's worth it, guys. There's walks. Did you hear about the walks? There's walks and free treats.
There's
Seems
walks
worthwhile.
and treats in many places. I hope you're aware of that.
Yes, but it's easy whenever they give them to you instead of having to work for it every second, every day, every hour, and make no money, only treats, a sparse treat. And they never give it to you when they say they would, because they're liars. They're all liars.
You seem to have a case of paranoia, but I can't
No.
say I blame you.
So
It's not paranoia.
I will have the camera pan to Waffle because they just joined and they haven't got any screen time yet. So Waffle, as Grilby, do you want to introduce it to the YouTube audience, or what would you like to do?
Alright, guess I have to introduce myself. Greetings, I am Grillbeast then. I'm the Grillbeast as a bartender who was a fencer, as a great judge, well, as a lore, and well, where am I currently in this scenario? Where am I currently?
You are in the Omega timeline. It is currently nighttime in the Omega timeline, and the only people that seem to be out are is Corfrisk with this little chest model, and the rest of the crowd is near this big group, and these two very dressed, well dressed looking people that seem to be working together.
Guess I'm still in my tavern then.
Yeah, so you're free to
Oh, with the
explore or
armor.
to go and talk, whatever you wish to do.
Right, guess I'm still serving drinks then, because that's what I am doing. I'll be serving drinks still for now. Because I haven't met them since I just arrived.
Yes, you it's technically nighttime, so your bar might be closed. But yeah, you're free to go and socialize if you wish.
Alright then.
Where would you like to go first?
Well, since let's see, current nighttime, so I guess I should go and socialize then. Yes.
Okay.
Sure, let's go socialize. Why not?
All right, I'll have you just tell me where you want to go and I'll move your character for you.
Alright then. Alright then.
Aldrich will take a step towards you and wave politely before giving a fancy bow. Greetings, new person! And he would extend his hand. I am Aldrich, Prince of Under Reynado, and I am here to offer you a job that I guarantee you won't want to pass down.
Someone's
Right.
microphone is
Nice.
Fire,
Microphone's having a
Oh, yeah.
speaker.
fire crackling, guys. It's part of it. It's part of
Waffle, you are
Immersive.
the firecracker right now.
it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm fine.
That might be purposeful.
Yeah, it is on purpose, guys. Definitely on purpose. Fire.
I don't shake his hand in fear of burning his hand since I'm currently a fire, so instead I just took a bow and give thumbs up to approve of the job thing.
Say what? Sorry.
Yeah, so I don't shake his hand because I currently could burn him to death, so I just took a bow instead and see what the job's all about then.
Yes. Aldrich would pull out a piece of paper, but before handing it to Grilby, he would nudge Eleanor and be like, yes, I will have my me or my assistant answer any questions that you wish to have. And he would go over the basic terms of the contract that as long as you run in specific errands like pacifist or genocide runs through different AUs, you get to travel the multiverse, have greatest food, and as a reward at the end, your greatest desire, whatever that may be.
Right. Very well then. I shall take a look at the paper and see what are the conditions and all of that.
Eleanor would, the assistant would hand you the paper without a word. So far, everyone else has made investigation checks on the paper.
And failed, besides the group.
And failed, besides the one who cannot speak.
What are you talking about? Oops, speaks English.
So, he's muted. So you're free to make an investigation check if you wish. In the meantime, we will pan the camera back to Core Frisk and the dog. Wow, marbles. Hello.
I don't know where they came from.
I was playing with them.
Okay, Core Frisk would then look at the dog and be like, "Oh, hello. Have you guys decided on where you're going to be yet?"
I want to have many walks. But I hope this will end goodly, if not bad, like other.
Corfrisk would look at Aldrich and sigh softly and be like, as long as he can promise something, I'm sure he can deliver. Corfrisk nods her head slowly.
Pierre gets real up in Corfrisk's face and goes, "You're a stick collector, aren't you?"
Repeat that one more time. You're a what?
Stick collector.
A stick collector.
Oh, Corfrisk would shrug, being like, I don't collect many sticks, although there were many sticks around the Omega timeline. I heard that Eleanor is very good at stick throwing, though.
You are a stick collector in your heart.
Cornfrisk would stare blankly at the dog, and just kind of, before looking to the mold cell and being like, so, Frisk, we will make a perception check to try and understand Moldsmal.
Do I also make a check since I'm trying to express myself?
Yes. So, the checks would be from a D12, and I think we would both have to pass in 8. Sound fair?
Any trait?
Any trait? Oh, perception is patience.
I have patience. I gotta hope I get an 8.
I have no patience.
I first got a minimum.
I will roll. I got an 11.
Yo, you got max.
May I?
Cornfrisk would stare at
Can I be heard
so,
right now?
We
yes, you can.
You.
Yes.
We'll complete this check real quick beforehand. So Cornfrisk would stare at that's a minimum versus a maximum. I'm gonna make another check if she conveys the recent message. Moving the dice, and now I'm rolling it. 11. Okay, so she wouldn't be able to understand what you previously said, but whatever you say now, she would be able to perceive in a way. You're free to DM it or put it in chat, whatever you wish.
I am going to DM it to you.
Alrighty.
Feel free to address everyone else while I'm typing.
Okay. Meanwhile, Cornfrisk would look at everyone else and be like, have you all decided what you wish to do? In the deafening silence, Cornfrisk would be like, oh, I see.
Yep, I've already made my decision. I might as well go with them.
Okay, and Frisk would nod her head. She's like, very well. I do wish you well on your journey. Dremmy, would you wish for Frisk to answer you out loud or privately?
That is up to you, oh dear DM.
I'm flipping a coin.
Very well. Old small
Okay.
wiggles.
Dog runs.
Ugh. I might go to bed soon.
All right, she does not tell everyone. I will DM back.
And if anyone is curious as to what Mold Small looks like, has anyone seen that the Sailor Moon hip shake? Dodges the sword.
Nice.
Very nice.
All right, just typing some confirmations.
You know that image? You know that video of the cat flan? Like the flan shaped like a cat, and they shake it and it makes wobbly sounds. That's
What?
small.
What is a flan?
It's
It's like
a type of bread cake.
It's let me see, wobbling cat flan. I'll just send it to you guys in the meantime.
Okay.
It's a Jello cat on a plate.
Oh, I think I've seen this before. But it was a rabbit.
Yeah, the Jello cat on a plate.
Yeah. Jello, Jello.
Let me
Meow.
find it. No, not cat Jello. Cat
Cat
Jello.
Jello.
All right, the message has been conveyed. If there are any other objections or questions, it'd be wise to say them now. If not, I will give the basis of kind of the attacks and how it will work for next section, which won't be this week, but next week, because I won't be home next week.
All right.
Can we go on a walk now?
But of course, we are just waiting for the rest of your members to come with us. Eldritch would pat the dog on the head. In the meantime, Eleanor, please, dear, would you throw the happy thing a stick? Eleanor would roll her eyes, flipping a coin again, and she would throw it far, very, very far.
There goes the dog.
Alright, I'm ready.
Meow.
So,
Bobbing away.
Drops it by your feet.
you got the contract, I'm assuming?
I love that Kip has decided to just follow behind Devin this whole time.
Hi, Waffle. Welcome back.
Yeah, apologies for that.
Waffle.
You're still breaking. I'm sorry, Waffle.
You're still a fire. You're a little
I'm still on
glitch.
fire.
How you dying on fire?
Apologies.
I hope people cross
No,
in that fire.
no, never going to do that again.
Uh,
I'm not going
Eldritch-
back. I'm not going back.
Join the FNAF community. It's only gotten better. I'm dying.
not
all
going
the
back.
way.
Aldrich would take a step back from the crowd and be like, "So, what do y'all say? Are you ready for your grand adventure?"
Yes, very much so.
Well, it couldn't be worse than what I've already dealt with most of the time.
I summon my weapon as a sign of yes.
Yep, I'm ready.
Devin was kind of Devin would kind of approach Aldrich and actually like say something privately to him.
Feel free to DM. But he would say to the crowd, like, "Splendid! Welcome everyone! I will," and then, he lifts his hand, opening a portal to a very different landscape. "Introducing my world of UnderTale, and where you will take place and learn and be able to travel to the rest of the multiverse." And with that, my friends, is the official end of session 1.
Woohoo!
I have DM'd you his question.
Okay. So now what we can do, you guys can either interact amongst yourselves, or I can introduce you to how fighting will work with pacifists and genocide actions, or we could just call it quits here.
Can we skip to the funny part so that we could get that out of the clear?
Sure.
I'm ready
Honestly,
for
I'm
fighting.
like, my brain's starting to shut down, so I might actually have to go very soon.
That's all
Time.
good.
We
Yeah,
most
just
we could certainly do it now and also do it again next session as well.
Yeah, or we can just rewatch
That's
this
fair.
one.
yeah. I'm
Yeah, you're also free to watch it on the stream. It'll be on YouTube. Okay, so
Shameless
It'll
promotion.
be so weird to
Right.
hear how I sound.
I was combat.
okay, so getting some practice figurines out. Let's just do 3 for now.
I apologize. I don't mean to be bad. Be careful about your stream, because we, the players watching, can also see behind your board.
Yeah.
That's
Well,
true.
I currently have the stream paused and muted. I never started it because there's
I haven't started it either. I can't watch it.
Well,
well no I
not me. I'm
should-
currently just looking at the full stream because I do not have a Wi-Fi.
Perhaps I can change my color to there we go, spectator mode. There we go. That works. Okay.
One thing is I don't know. Yeah. Now you're staying with Zevin or with Mold Small. Yeah, I like that Zevin's like the reasonable one, and I've never played the reasonable one in a long time.
Well, okay. So here is how the fighting will work. If I give most of them, let's say HP 100. All right. So do we want to so yeah, so the dummies will be over here. So everything will be on a turn-based system, and also pacifist actions are for like when you're talking with someone or negotiating with someone, which is very much just kind of like role play. So we will go over the genocide actions real quick to help you understand fighting.
So before we do that, I just want to say I'm gonna go to bed because it's getting late, and I remember now that I accidentally stayed up past 12 reading yesterday.
Your poor sleep schedule.
Sorry.
That's fair.
You need
Uh,
to
Go to
eat.
bed.
I know, but like I sleep in all the time. Like I sleep fine. I say having woken up early, having to go to the bathroom and choking on my own sinuses for the last like week. Yeah, maybe I need to go the frick to bed. All right, so I will go
Go
keep.
to bed.
All right, have a
Remy,
good
I
night.
know we have some stuff to work on tomorrow, but that's tomorrow. In the meantime, nighttime. Good eepies. Good night, everyone.
Good
Night,
night.
friend.
Bye.
Alright.
Get some rest.
Okay. So for example, I'm just gonna borrow a D12 real quick. For an example on how fighting will go, there is so each enemy will have a certain type of attack, and it will be turn. So Waffle is technically first in the turn line. So
Alright.
we're gonna teach you how to fight. So Waffle, if you look here, these are your pacifist actions and these are your genocide actions. Right now we're focusing on genocide because you're wanting to kill these dummies.
Alright then.
So these are your 3 different types of attacks. This is your LV counter. This will help you upgrade your genocide attacks or use your special skill. Which these are the details. It costs like 2 justice, 5 LVOE, and during a genocide action for this, you can attack 3 players with fire with your rolled dice. So for example, if I'm to play for Waffle and Waffle is going to attack this one right here. It has 100 HP. Say Waffle wants to use which one do you want to use, Waffle?
What are my 3 options? Let's see.
So your options are Counter Swipe, which is love in orange. Then you have Flaming Fist, Bravery in orange. And then you have Drink Up, which is Integrity in blue.
So I just use Fire Fist, so then. Or Flaming Fist, but what's the code?
The Flaming Fist? Okay. So you would go ahead and you would roll 3, 1, 1, 4, 5 plus the 7 on your attack already. 5 plus 7 is 12, I believe. So that means you would do 12 damage to this guy, which leaves him at 86. So some enemies will have blocks, which could like determine if they take less pain, and depending if they have a primary color or not, depends if they take more or less damage. But right now they just have gray, so they'll just take normal amount of damage. And with that, because you used a bravery skill, you have gained our first bravery resource. So when you guys use your normal attacks, you will add up different resources of different souls. Which will help you use your special skills. Alright, the next in the turn will be Cat.
Okay.
So Cat, what genocide skill would you like to use?
I think
Wala tinapay.
I guess can we give the aggressive punch a try?
Yeah, sure.
See how that will work.
Okay. So to roll the coins, you press R for each of them.
So like all 5 of them?
Roll all 5 of them, yes. I don't know why there's
Okay.
6 of them. Let me just Oop. Yeah, but you roll all 5 of them with R. Okay. And so the thing with you got one more to do. There you go. Okay.
So I got 3 heads, 2 tails.
Okay, so if it's a heads, it's 2. If it's a tails, it's 1. So 5.
2, 4, 6, 8.
8 plus 5 is 13. And which one did you want to attack?
I guess I'll try the middle one.
The middle one? Okay, so if you did 13 damage, that means this one is now at 87. Okay. And so that's pretty much how you attack. If things have like blocks and such, they'll take less damage, and we'll get into that when we face like actual enemies and such. I'll have you use your guys' blocks though. In the meantime, the next person is Dremmy. Load small. What kind of attack would you like to use?
Let's see. Well, we cannot quite do much regarding our special skills, so I'm just going to use a normal skill. I'm going to use a slimy ring, which is integrity in green.
Integrity in green. All right.
That was tails. This is also tails. I had 2 heads of 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 total.
9 to which one?
Oh, I forgot to target one. I am a pawn. I don't go for what's in front of me. I go for the diagonals. So I'm gonna go target this one.
All right. So 9 damage to 100 would leave this guy at 91. So, and yeah, with every normal attack that you do, you guys gain resources for them. So like 1 bravery, 1 integrity. We have 1 hate. This will serve us later. Yes, okay. And you guys are free to flavor your attacks or describe your attacks in any way that you wish.
Mold Small shoots a slimy ring towards the unit. It's very
Okay.
sticky.
Ah! Ew! 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 Okay. Next is Pierre.
Hello. What am I doing?
Right.
Sorry.
So we're practicing your genocide attacks.
Rocket lunge.
Rocket
Termination
launch? Okay.
orange.
All right. Go ahead and roll your with R. Roll your coins.
Flip.
Yeah, flip them. Yeah. Okay.
2 heads, 2 tails.
So heads means 2 and tails means 1.
Okay.
So if you add those all up, 5, 6,
That's 6.
7, 9, 11. So which one were you dealing damage to?
This guy.
This guy?
Mr. 91. 91, yeah.
It
Get 'em.
was 11 damage, so 80 damage. So he's at 80 HP. Okay. Alright, and then we gain a determination resource. Alright. And the next person is K-May.
Okay. I think I'm going to do probably dancing feet.
Dancing feet. Alright, feel free to roll your or flip your coins with R.
Okay, 7 plus. Do we have D2s or is that just a coin?
D2s are the
Coins.
coins. If it's heads, it's 2. If it's tails, it's 1.
Okay, then I'm just gonna use this. Okay. So that's 2, right?
Yeah. You have
Okay.
3 coins. You have 3 coins here to flip. You'll flip all 3 of them
Oh.
for each result.
Okay, calculator saving. Okay. 2 plus 1.
And plus your
would I
original
add
7.
my advantage to it or no?
No. Because it's a genocide action, your advantages don't apply.
Okay, then I got 11.
Okay? So 11, which one are you targeting?
How do you do the little like arrow thing?
Tab.
Oh, guess I'll target this guy.
This one? Okay. So adding, you said it was 11 damage?
Yeah.
Okay, so that is 69. Oh dear. Okay. So, and Denari's not here, so that would mean it's the turn for the NPCs. So you've done your damage to them, now they get the chance to attack you. So, Waffle, are you still here?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Okay. This one is going to go ahead and attack you. It will roll its damage 3. So what you will do if when someone's attacking you is you can use your block. In which this case you would just roll your dice. You got an 8 plus your initial 7, so you block all of the damage that he attacked you with. If that makes sense.
Yeah, it makes sense. So it can...
Yeah. If like say you're in a boss fight and they beat your block, you pretty much just take the damage.
That makes sense.
Okay. We'll go with this one's going to attack Cat. So it's gonna go ahead and roll. It rolls a 2. And so, Kat, you have your block, right?
Yeah, which was the counter attack.
Oh, yes. Okay, so Kat, your block is special in the sense that you will take the 2 damage. We don't have to change it in your HP right now because this is just kind of like a training session. But you would take 2 damage, but you can roll to cause him damage back wherever your dice is.
So would I do that whenever the NPC like attacks, and
Yes.
then afterwards it will go next to the chest mold small? Okay.
Yeah. So
Okay.
your dice, it doesn't. I don't know if it.
1d10. I got the 1d10 by my side here actually.
Okay.
So
So go ahead and roll that. You just press R to roll it. Yep, or that works too. Oh, 1. Okay, so you deal. You would deal 1 damage back, which puts him at 86. But you would take 2 damage, and we would edit your HP. And this third one, would go ahead and try to attack. It would try to attack Pierre. Or Kame, you can also listen to this if you wish, just so you know how. I'm assuming you know how to use your block, right?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Okay, so it's gonna go ahead and roll. It got a 6, so Pierre, if you go to your block, go ahead and use your block to avoid the damage that he is attacking you with.
2 tails and a head.
Okay, yeah. You automatically pass, so you wouldn't take any damage. But yeah. And I'll just have him attack UK as well, so you can use your block. Few rolls.
Okay.
He got a maximum. He got a 12. So let's not use the. Oh, my bad. Oh, okay. Right. So yours is oh yeah, 1d2.
I think that's dodge. So yeah, I avoided the attack.
Yeah. So yeah, your block is special because like, you know, if you get heads or tails, it depends if you dodge it or not.
Cool.
Yep, so that's pretty much the basis of fighting. It will be turn-based. NPCs will attack you after you're done attacking them. There will be a little bit more status effects with like blue, green, yellow, and orange attacks. And with like souls and such. But right now, that's not really an issue. Let's see, did we get everyone's achievements in Waffle? Let's see, how many resources do we have? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Big.
Kame, what attack did you use again?
I just added a perseverance token for mine.
Oh, okay, I got you. Wow, what is that?
Why did you scale them up so big?
The amalgam.
Wolf.
Okay, go. 1, 2, 3,
Well, I'm
4,
shrinking.
5. Okay.
Oh,
All right,
no,
so that is it for today's. That's it for today's session. Thank you everyone for joining.
Yep.
Yay!
Thank
Yeah.
you. I'm squirrel sized, guys.
And
I will-
thank
Squirrel
you all for watching at home.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Thanks to viewers like you that
I
this is
shall
possible.
take a delightful bow.
Thank you.
Wait, I just need
And
a
thanks to the sponsorship.
I like it.
I will do a
Sponsorship.
seductive wiggle for you.
Do it
Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle.
right now. Do it right now. You won't. You won't. Do it right now.
Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle.
Do it. Wiggle. Wiggle.
Hey, wiggle, wiggle.
All right.
Oh my god.
Are all of you guys done with the Okay.
Oh, my character is dead.
All right,
Done
and
with
we
what?
will see you guys within 2 weeks from now to continue this storyline.
Yahoo! Goodbye.
Yeah.
I've lost my character again. Where did he go?
Oh
I
dear.
think I lost him into this. I think I lost him into a shade again. Can you bring him back? I know there's another one in that corner, but I don't want the other one. I want my original. I'm baby like that.
I will find it in my off time.
I appreciate that.
Of course. All right, and that. All right, I'm going to
Whoa.
I'm gonna close the stream, and then I'll be back to close out. Alrighty. Well, guys, thank you so much for joining for our first session. I greatly appreciate you guys being here. And yeah, we will see you in 2 weeks' time to continue the storyline of what will happen to our friends in the Omega timeline as they start to work for Aldrich Sands. Hope you guys find this entertaining and leave any suggestions or comments in, the comments below. Like and subscribe, and we will see you guys next time. Bye-bye.